Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm excited about this video. It is the ultimate eyebrow tutorial, baby. This is the most highly requested video. People have asked me for so long how you do your eyebrows. So if you want to know how I achieved these eyebrows, stay tuned. Go ahead and get started with this eyebrow tutorial. First thing you need to do is to make sure that your eyebrows are nice and clean. Okay, after you cleanse your face, make sure there's no oils or anything like that on your eyebrows. The next thing you need to do is clean your eyebrows up. Now, a lot of people use tweezers. Not a fan of tweezers. I'm not good with tweezers. So I just use a razor, just like this. Okay, you can use whatever razor is good for you. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up under here. All those hairs, those little raggedy little hairs, you know, that get in the way and grow every which way, get them out of here. So just go ahead and clean that up, and I'll go across the top too, because sometimes hairs go any kind of way. And while you're doing that, you want to go ahead and have a spool too, because you want to brush it. Brush it all going in the same direction, because then after you do that, you may discover some other hairs that are not where you want them to be. Okay, so go ahead and brush your brows, and as you can see, my brows stop. My brows stop like right here. Okay, I know there's some people who are worse off than me, but this method should work for anyone. I'm telling you, it'll work for anyone. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and brush. So I'm gonna look to see and I want to take this up just a little bit more. Also, keep in mind when you are cleaning up your brows, the top, the shape of the brow that you want. If you want your brow to be a little bit bigger, then you're probably not going to shave off as much. If you want your brows to be a little bit smaller, then you might want to go ahead and take your brows up a little bit more. Okay, so once you have, I'm gonna go ahead and do this other side too. I'm gonna do both sides. That's usually how I do my brows. I just go back and forth. Clean up one side, clean the other side. And then you want to make sure, look, after you've done one side, make sure you look to see if it's proportional. That's another reason why I do 1 to 1. I don't just do this entire brow and then move on to this brow. I do a little bit on this side, a little bit on this side, because you want them to be proportional. You don't want one brow being higher than the other. You don't want one brow being bigger than the other. You want them to look proportional. So it's better, I'll say it's better for me, and ultimately you do what works for you, but for this tutorial, girlfriend, this is what I'm saying. And I get little hairs, I don't know about y'all, but I get little hairs that grow up in here. We don't need no unibrows today, okay? Not today. So we're gonna go ahead and look at that. See his hairs up here? No sense. No sense. That looks proportional to me. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do, I'm gonna go back through and brush, because as you were cleaning them up with your razor, you may have some other leftover hairs in there that you need to, you know, brush it away, brush it away. So the next thing you're going to do, you're going to need an eyebrow pencil. Dark brown, please, listen. Please do not use black. I'm so tired of seeing black eyebrows. Please, please.
Please do not use black eyebrow pencil.
This is something I just found at the beauty supply store real quick, okay? It's just a little brown pencil, okay? I just found it at the beauty supply store. So this is important, watch carefully. What you're gonna do, make sure it's sharpened, okay? Nice sharpened fine tip. With a light hand, you're not gonna draw really harsh. With a light hand, you're just going to outline the bottom. You're just gonna follow the line that's already there. Now, if you don't really have many brows, you're gonna have to create a line, okay? Create a line. So what I like to do to know where to start, right here where my nostril is, I go up, straight up. That's where I start. For my arch, I go from the highest point of my cheekbone straight up, that's where my arch is, and that's where it should be. Exactly, okay? So with the light hand, we're gonna go ahead. And see, I'm doing light strokes. That gives a natural look too. And I'm not filling it in yet. I'm just doing the outline. I'm just doing the outline, light strokes, okay? Because if you just try to do one little line, you might mess up, go down here, go up here, or it might be too dark. I just do light strokes. And I rest my hand on my cheek too. That kind of gives me a little bit more control when I'm doing it, resting my hand on my cheek. So we're gonna go ahead and just bring it on down. Now, how far do you bring it down? Look at my eye, the corner of my eye. If I go out like this, this is where it stops, and that's where I want my eyebrow to stop. That's what I do. The corner of my eye right here, the end of my eye, and where my eyebrow is. I mean, yeah, that's where I want my eyebrow to stop. So that's how I use that as a guide of where to stop, okay? So we have the bottom done. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do the top. We're gonna lightly just draw on. And we're gonna gradually, when we get to this arch up here, we're just gonna gradually come down. We're not gonna do any fancy little, stuff. We're just gonna gradually come down and meet those lines together. The line I drew the first time, and meet those lines together, okay? Now this is where I begin to start filling in. I fill in this part. Now, depending on how your eyebrows are, if your eyebrows are already thin, I still have quite a bit of brows going on, okay? But there's some people who really don't have many eyebrows, so you have to really fill in all over. You do what works for you, but I still suggest doing those light strokes, okay? Don't just start coloring. This is not a crayon with a coloring book, okay? I suggest you go ahead and do those light strokes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start at the end, because that's where you want the darkest part of your brow to be. You want the darkest part of your brow to be at the end, okay? So that's where I'm gonna go ahead and fill in. And then as I move to the front, I'm just looking at those light areas. And I don't fill this in too much right here because I have the line on the top, line on the bottom. When I go back in and I brush it all together, those are gonna blend. And it's gonna look like a nice faded kind of look, okay? So I'm gonna do the same thing to this eye. Okay, so now we have them outlined, got them filled. We need to blend, okay? Blending is very important, very important. So I start here, okay? And then I just work my way all the way to the end. So we're gonna go ahead lightly. Same thing, you wanna do it lightly. You don't wanna just drag it, you mess the whole eyebrow. Now the way I've also seen some people do their eyebrows, they make a big mess and then they just, I'll just clean it up with the concealer. I like to create less work for myself, because if you do it how you should do what you're supposed to do it or whatever in the beginning, it's less work you have to do later. Light strokes. See, if I did it too much over here, I would just wipe away all the pencil that I just put there and it wouldn't look filled. I have to go back and do it again. That's why I said light strokes. Light strokes. Okay. Then we're gonna go ahead and do this side. This is the fun part right here, the concealer. Now, I use an angle brush, flat angle brush like so, just right here. And then I use Pro Conceal in the color Fawn, okay? I like to use this color. I don't get a color that matches my skin tone exactly, because I don't know if you guys think about when you get your eyebrows done, You get them, whether you get them waxed or whether you get them arched, you have that little lighter kind of look under there, okay? It makes it look fresh, vibrant, make them pop, okay? That's why I use something, and use something that has a yellow tone to it, like this. Don't use anything that has like a pasty look, like white, or even like that tan color. You have to go according to your complexion. Fawn is not even for everybody, okay? You have to go according to your complexion. I would say 1 to 2 shades lighter than whatever your foundation is. That should be the shade of your concealer for your eyebrows, or even when you're highlighting with your makeup, it should be 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation, okay? So what I do is grab my brush here, and I know my angle is this way, and I know I'm going to be holding my brush this way, okay? That's how I look at it, because see how the angle, it just helps me glide right here. So that's where I'm going to put a little bit of my concealer. I don't put a whole lot, because when you smudge a whole lot on there, it's hard to get it off without messing up your eyebrow that you've already created and worked so hard to put there, okay? So we're just going to put a little bit on. That's all I put on. And we're just going to go ahead and lightly, always lightly, go ahead and start here. Now, I started a little bit past where I started my eyebrow, just a little bit past that. So I'm gonna go ahead, and as you can see, I'm using almost the same stroke like when I outline, okay? And try to make it precise as possible. Let me stop talking because I can't move my hand. And then you take it all the way down, okay? And you want to step back, look at it, and I see this one is kind of like a little swivel here. And we're just going to clean that up. You're going to take it up, and there you go, boom. Boom, plickety-plop, boom. Okay, and we're going to blend. Please blend your concealer with your eyelid. Please don't leave the concealer there like this. We need to blend it in, okay? We're going to blend that right on in. Remember, we want a natural look. We want it to look natural. We don't want it to look like we have a big glob of concealer on our eyes. I mean, it really just doesn't look good, okay? Now, that same side that you put concealer on again, you're gonna put concealer on there again, okay? Because remember, you're gonna go on the top now. Same side and that same angle is gonna help you glide right there, okay? So I'm gonna put a little bit less than I did under here, because a lot of times you'll need more under here than up here. Because you really, some people don't even clean it up there. I just like to, that's just me. I like to do top and the bottom. Some people don't, it's totally up to you. But I like to do that because I like a pop, boy, like a pop on my brow. All right, so we're gonna go ahead again. I'm going a little bit past. You want to be very careful with this part because you don't want to go into the brow, and you don't want that concealer to bleed into your brow, because then you have to go back and do some damage control, okay? You do not want that to happen. And I like to use a small brush like this. They have bigger angle brushes, but I like to use a small one because I feel like I have more control over it. And I don't have to worry about the bristles from the brush getting, you know, everywhere and messing up different parts. So the same way we blend it on the bottom, we're gonna blend it on the top, and we're just gonna go up. Light strokes going up, because I see I have some little blobs. So we don't want to leave that there, okay? And I'm gonna go clean this up just a little bit again. Now on the bottom, of course, you don't want it to be, you want it to go at an angle, you want it to be a straight angle and just a gradual curve. You want it to be a gradual curve. Remember, we want this to look natural, okay? There we go. Now, this is actually, I'm gonna bring this arch down. There we go. Bring that arch down just a little bit more, cause like I said, I really don't like my brows to look too. I don't want my brows to look too big, but I want them to look natural. Dang! Look at that brow. Look at that. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the other side. Take the same brush. Now on this side, you know, it's gonna go like this at the angle, so it's gonna be the opposite side right here, okay? So I'm gonna put a little bit concealer on here. If you need to add more concealer later on, completely fine. Please do not use this to do that. I used to do that when I was first learning, and it's just, you have no control over. You have to have control over your product, okay? You have to have control over the product. So, we're gonna go ahead and go on the top now. And if you notice later on that it's, you know, you compare both of them, even after you've done the top, you can always go back and fix, you know, use that pencil, go back with the concealer, do what you have to do. We're gonna do the top now. Same thing we did on the other side. And now you have a guide almost, you know, with the brow you already did, you have a guide of where to start. So I know I started right here, so I know I'm gonna start proportion to that. And when you have both of them done, you can look to see, do they look the same? Is one bigger than the other, you know? You have more to go by when you have both of them done. Okay. Okay. And there you have it. You'll see where you need to, your concealer, you know, you blend that out. We've done that. But when you do the rest of your makeup, the concealer will flow. It'll blend with everything else. But you definitely don't want to leave globs of concealer under your eye, over your eye. You don't want to just leave it there. Blend it, brush it down, brush it up, and there you go. So here is the finished product here. I hope this is very helpful to you guys. As you can see, you probably saw that I probably made some mistakes, but it's practice. You have to practice. Sometimes my eyebrows don't look the same from one day to the next, okay? But it's just practice. You have to keep at it. But this is basically the technique that I use to get my eyebrows looking the way they look. And I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. Make sure you give any comments if you have any questions. And I will leave all of the products that I have used in this video in the description box. Till next time, see you later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and share it. Oh yeah, and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this one. Hit that bell button too so you can receive notifications of new videos that are posted. See you next time.